Welcome back, fishies. Now, yesterday's video, we were talking about we took a bike rack for the trunk of a car, and we used it to make a weed eater, lawn equipment holder for our lawn trailer. And as you can see, this is what I was talking about flipping this bar the other way. By doing that, now I have a rack for my chainsaw, or my blower for that matter. And all I need is a bungee cord to hook from here, around through here, down to the other side, on this bar on the back, and there we go. Right? Right! It works. It works great. Now, today's video, we had discussed yesterday about the original hook idea that I had. These brackets here. Well, I had originally talked about mounting them to that bracket. Well, unfortunately, that was not an option. So, this is what we've done. We've mounted it to the side, and of course, I don't know where my miniature bungee cords are at the moment, so I use a twist tie to hold it in place, which, as you can see, does the job. I haven't bungeed the hedge trimmer yet, but we're going to do the same thing to this side. So let's get everything in position here. Get it to where you can see what we're doing. There we go. That should work. Now, what we want to do is we want to make sure that, we get it even with this one. Now, of course, let me get the nuts and bolts that we're going to be using before I forget. These two. These bolts. Two lock washers. And two nuts. Now, just like we do anything else, we're going to get it as equally lined up as we can. And we want to do our top one first. So, what we're going to do, get it to the edge of the top of the trailer, get it centered. Now then, we're going to brush that off. Brush it off on the other side. We're going to take our first bolt and slide it through. Then we're going to take a lock washer and a nut. Sorry, that bolt looks a little short, but it could just be my imagination. Get it good and hand tight. And of course, we want to make sure that they're straight up and down. Take our wrench, put it on the other side, and we're just going to tighten it up. That way, when we go to do the next hole, we're right on the mark. We didn't quite get through all the way on the other side, so. That should do it. There we go. And it's the right size after all. Lock washer. Our nut. Throw it hand tight first. Get it just as snug as we can with our hand. Get our wrench. And now we're secure. Now we can put our other attachments on. And by other attachments, our pole saw, which simple, bread tie that comes with like an extension cord or anything like that. Get it tight. Give it a few twists, and it's in place. Next is our extended pole. And last but not least, our weedeater head attachment, which we could actually put it right here and strap it down. And voila. And you're saying, well, Doc, what about the blower? Well, good question. Now, as I said before, I could put this up top, or we can do like this right here. Since we have this little cradle here, and again, with a simple bungee strap, it fits right there. Look at that. Now, come on, guys and gals. How cool is that? We've got an absolutely awesome little work trailer. Put gas cans right there. Got the chainsaw, toolbox for straps, bungee cords, a few hand tools that we might need to work on said equipment if need be. Spark plug tool, a couple screwdrivers. And there you have it. We've got a really great lawn trailer. And easily built. You can't beat that. And for what it cost to build, you can't go buy one. You can't buy a trailer for what we just built this one for. And it's so simple. It really is. And you've watched us do it right here. It's that simple. You know, we took a little trailer that we changed the purpose of it pretty easily, actually, and we turned it into what would probably be an estimated $4,000, maybe more, dollar trailer. And it cost maybe a total of $800 to build, if that. Come on, you can't beat that. I mean, and you see how simple it is. I mean, I can't make it any simpler. I don't know that anybody else could make it any simpler than that. I mean, and it's going to work for what I need it to work for. I mean, this is going to make trips down to the old house of Mom's to mow, weed eat, edge, and all that way easier. You know, I don't have to make multiple trips. I can take everything in one shot. One trip. That's it. I mean, what more can you ask for, right? And it's so simple. I mean, a bicycle rack for the back of your car. And look at that. Chainsaw, weed eater and edger attachment. You know, a garage, similar storage rack mounted to the trailer, holding the pole saw extender, brush trimmer, hedge trimmer, and we've got it cradled for our leaf blower. And look, we've got room for more. And not to mention the fact we've got room for at least 2 gas cans plus the premixed fuel, which, yeah, I haven't showed you that yet. Let's check that out, shall we? Yeah, let's not look at what I spent at Harbor Freight. A man could go broke there. A person could definitely go broke. Now, you saw me put the divider in, but I also installed this little bracket. That way, the chainsaw gas fits in here nice and snug. And I added this plate with a little hole for a miniature bungee cord, so I can put my can of premix fuel that I use exclusively for the weed eater. You know, the chainsaw has been accustomed to, you know, the usual mix it yourself gas, so we tend to keep that. And of course, I could also put the bar and chain oil right here next to it, with my lawnmower gas here, chainsaw gas here, chainsaw oil and weed eater gas here. I mean, and again, toolbox with tools needed to work on the equipment, work on the trailer. Could even put one of those collapsible lug nut wrenches in there. You know, maybe a couple, you know, one of my power drills for whatever, and straps for the equipment. It's that simple. And we did it on a shoestring budget. I mean, most of this stuff I had laying around. And chances are you probably have some stuff laying around like this too. And this is what you can do with it. You know, use your brain, and figure out what you have laying around that is taking up space that you could honestly either throw away, scrap it for, scrap metal money, whatever. And build something. I mean, the joy for me of building something is pretty high. I get an idea in my head, and I've literally gave myself an anxiety attack thinking about it. Lost sleep over it. Try not to do that. If you have anxiety, various stress disorders, depression, reach out and get help for it. There's over-the-counter, like for my anxiety and depression, I take over-the-counter supplements that you can buy at Walmart or any retailer for that matter that has a pharmacy section. L-theanine, GABA, 5-THP, ashwagandha root. I mean, all of it helps me. L-theanine, they're mood stabilizers and it works. But if you're already on prescription medication, you need to talk to your doctor before switching, because you may need to be on prescription. There are other options out there, and you need to talk to your doctor about that if you're not sure that what you're currently on is right for you. With that being said, I want to apologize for the videos only every other day. But there's a few reasons behind that. One, and most important, because here at Something Fishy Studios, we do believe in safety. It may not seem like it because I don't wear gloves a lot of the time, but that's because I can't feel things with gloves on. But the reason for the scarcity, brain. The reason for the every other day video is we didn't have time to film, for one, but the most important is the heat. And I mentioned this in the last video. This August heat is absolutely insane. Triple digits here in Oklahoma. Past few days have been between 100 and 104 degrees, I believe, is what they said. And that's excessive heat. And the heat index makes it feel even hotter. And it is very dangerous to be out for long periods of time during such heat. Heat exhaustion, heat stroke, and worst case scenario, death. I mean, I'm not about to expose myself to that kind of heat and brutality just for the sake of content for this channel. And I'm definitely not going to subject my mother to that kind of heat. I didn't even like how long we were out in the heat for the grave dousing video. It was supposed to have been less than 30 minutes, and we went 10 minutes over. And of course, we were pretty hot by the time we got back to her house. So, that's another reason why the videos have been scarce. We're going to try and do as much filming as possible. That's why we've been doing a lot of filming at night, is because it's easier, it's cooler, and it's safer. Granted, yes, have to deal with bugs, but you're going to have to deal with those during the daytime too. So, it is what it is. We film when we can, and try and bring you the best content possible as safely as we can. And that's top-notch importance. And I know you wouldn't want any of your family or yourself being victims of heat stroke or other heat-related illnesses, or even death from it. So I know you wouldn't expect me and mine to do it either. We're family-oriented, and we want to keep people safe, do things the best way possible, the safest way possible, and still be able to bring you great content. And that's a lot of responsibility, and we do the best we can with what we're able to do in the time frame we're able to do. Because I have generally 2 days and 4 hours that I can film because of my days off and working night shift. So it limits me on when I can film and how long I have to film. And there's sometimes it takes me a while to get up the energy and the focus and want to be able to get out here and get filming. You know, and there's some videos that I just can't do right now because I need somebody else to run the camera for me. And mom's not a night owl, and I really don't have anybody else that I can call at the moment that's able to come help. So I have to do what I can by myself when I can. But we are going to try and get things going, get caught up on filming, so we can bring you more content and do the daily videos. Because, let's face it, you know, having to wait for a video is kind of annoying. I know this. I feel the same way. There's a lot of people I follow on YouTube. I follow Bad Chad and Jolene, you know, Hiltz Auto Co., Vice Grip Garage. That's another good one. I like watching Derek. He makes me laugh. And he finds some really great buys. Now, granted, I think he overpays for some of them, but the fact that he's willing to drive hundreds of miles to rescue a vehicle blows me away. And I love watching his journey. I mean, and there's some long videos. I believe one of them recently was over 4 hours that he cut it down to 2. You know, I think most of them are at least 2. And it's great to watch, you know, and it was brought up in one of Bad Chad's videos that somebody was comparing him to Vice Grip Garage, and he said that's like comparing apples and oranges. Well, yes and no. The thing of it is, to understand the YouTube algorithms, you got to pay attention. See, I actually come across Vice Grip Garage while watching Bad Chad. Vice Grip Garage was recommended because I like and follow Bad Chad and subscribe to it. And it was a great recommendation. And, you know, if somebody wants to try and compare me to Bad Chad, I'm not going to take offense to it, because a lot of my ideas of things I build and stuff like that actually come from watching Bad Chad. Because, like me, he takes something and repurposes it into an awesome creation. If you haven't checked out Bad Chad, I highly recommend that you do. You're missing out if you are not watching Bad Chad, because he makes some incredible rides. He started out on the Discovery Channel. He didn't like that process, and he makes no bones about it. And like me, he basically uses his YouTube channel as his own personal TV channel to broadcast what he thinks people would like to see. You know, unedited. Well, I say unedited. They do some editing, and Jolene is absolutely fantastic on the camera. And Bad Chad, sometimes he goes in little tangents, but hey, don't we all? I'm guilty of it as well. But, you know, all YouTube content creators like myself, Derek from Vice Grip Garage, Bad Chad from Hiltz Auto Company, you know, we all want to bring quality content, you know, give you the real deal, show you what we go through to do some of the stuff that we do, to be able to bring you great content. And for the most part, I would say the three of us are family viewing. I mean, I know I sure am. You know, you don't see me smoking on camera. You don't hear me cussing on camera. You don't see me drinking alcohol on camera. You know, I'm not telling dirty jokes. You know, I might throw a few innuendos out there for the adults to get a giggle out of them, but I keep it family friendly as much as possible. Because we need that in today's society. There's not enough of that on TV. You know, we have filth, political, you know, action, explosion, gunfights. That's not what I would want my kids to watch. You know, granted, I might like watching it, but families need something that the whole family, from grandma, grandpa, down to little Joey, little Susie, you know, and the baby, to be able to all sit down and watch. And that's what Something Fishy Studios is about. You know, you can take a project like this lawn trailer that we've been working on and make it a family project. I mean, it's a great daddy and me project. You know, and I tell my friends with kids, you know, those are the memories that will stick with them. You know, doing stuff together, it makes great memories. You know, the times with me and mom, I mean, we're making memories. You know, and we laugh about the grave dousing video because we were not anticipating finding bodies in that lot. There wasn't supposed to be people buried there. And the one that, you know, was really unexpected, which I'm not going to tell you, you're going to have to go back and watch it if you want to know. We definitely wasn't expecting that. You know, talk about must-see TV. I mean, hello, that's must-see stuff right there. You know, and a lot of people, even one of my friends, when he shared the video on Facebook, he said, I knew you could douse for water, and I've done it. He said, but I did not know you could do it for bodies. I didn't either, man. Oh, when mom first told me about that, I was a little shook, not gonna lie. I'm like, wait, what? Excuse me? You can do what? And once she explained it to me and showed it to me, I'm like, okay, cool. Interesting. We need to make a video about it. And we did. 2 of them. Second one was way better than the first one. And like I said, if you haven't checked those out, make sure you go back and give them a look. Because you're missing out on some interesting stuff. Boy. But I've rattled on enough. You know, I'm sure you're tired of hearing me. You may not even be watching. But if you are watching, thank you for continuing to watch and follow us on our journey. And until the next video, as always, much love, rock on, and have a blessed day, everybody. Please come back and see us. Remember, hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. Hit the notification button so you can stay up to date with everything that we're doing. Every time we post something new, you will get the notification immediately. And it's free. And please jump over to Facebook, Something Fishy Studios, with a Z. Hit that follow button, like and follow button. That way you can stay up to date with everything. You know, because every time we post a video on YouTube, we post to our Facebook page to let you know, hey, go to YouTube. It's up. It's ready to watch. And until then, peace out, y'all. Have a great one. And stay as cool as you possibly can, because this heat is brutal.